I made all my marks and made a plan for fixing these planks. Took measurements. I know how much board stock I need, etc. What I'm going to do today is start taking fasteners out. Starting with, there's one that's going to come out complete. Which one was that? Not a lot of wood left here. Oh, well, it's in there. It's over here. It's already doing a number on my neck. Yeah, on this frame too, they just jam one in next to the old one. Weird. Really weird. I was going to try to plot out the old holes in the frames and drive my screws back into those, but I don't know now. Maybe one of each of these will be good enough or something. I'm not going to double it up like this. That's pointless. That just makes the wood weaker. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but they're almost overlapping each other. This one's right up almost on top of that one. I'm not sure why they did that. Maybe when they drove the first screw it didn't take or something. That joint here, all these fasteners go into a block. Take out the frame first. This is a very large head. I can't tell if it's a hex head, bolt, or what it is. A rivet? Really weird. Let's put the other two, see what we got. It's good to use an old chisel for this, but this is getting pretty dull. I don't know what these are. They're bronze. Weird. I gotta go back up into the boat anyway. It wouldn't be a work day here in the yard if I didn't make at least, 200 or 300 trips up and down the ladder. I'm exaggerating somewhat. Skipping ahead, are we? Go back in the boat and look at this. That feels very domed. This feels very flat. This feels flat. It almost looks like there's a slot there, like a slotted screw, but I have my doubts. Slotted. We got a spinner. Yep, I think I know what happened. Either that or it broke off. I don't know. I think it's just stripped. They might have missed the rib, or the rib might have split as they drove it because it was too close to one face. Or something. Can you be coaxed out? You can be coaxed out. Yeah, look at that. That's the first hourglassed one. The pink color tells you it was saturated in salt water. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if they bedded any of these with cotton. I don't think they did. I know that's often done, that you put a little wrap of cotton behind the head before you drive it in. I can't tell. If there was cotton, it may have just disintegrated. But that's not a good sign. I was hoping to reuse all of these. I'm not going to be reusing that one. The other troubling thing is that I was told this boat was refastened. That was almost certainly an original fastener. Onward and upward. Another spinner. Probably another hourglass one. Don't use your fingernail. Just drag it in. Well, I know that butt block is somewhere around where I'm pointing light, behind all these damn slats. They're all probably nailed, well, they're probably screwed and plugged, and behind all of the cabinetry. If I have to remove them, it's going to be a huge job. I got to demolish the entire interior. But I see a block there. I just can't see what's going on fastener-wise. Don't want to just cut these. I thought I could get in from here, but it's really about the same situation. No. Here we see a butt joint block, and it looks like they're bolted. At least this one is. So maybe those round heads I'm seeing are carriage bolts. I'm gonna have to cut or remove slats to get those out and to get the new ones in and bolted. It's the only way, I think. And that over there is the through hole. This plank has got to get pulled. I'm going to cut it beyond there. I'm putting in a new butt joint right where the fuel tank is. How am I going to do that? How am I going to do that? Maybe I have to pull the cockpit and take the tanks out first. Oh dear. I don't think I can reach that from the lazarette. I might have to try that. I doubt it though. There's another bulkhead, sort of. There's a beam aft of this center fuel tank that'll make it hard to even get a hand in there, let alone look in there. just had an interesting idea. I mean, I still have a big problem back there with the fuel tank and whatnot, but right here, I think there's a fastener. I think what I can do is, from the outside, drill out these and make holes all the way through the planks, and then rather than remove slats, I can just make an oversized hole, kind of like what was done for the bolts for the chain plate straps, the shroud straps, which I gotta, today or at some point, I gotta try to get one of these nuts off. They don't look so great, and it looks like they're steel or iron. They look ferrous. That worries me. But one nightmare at a time. Yeah, before I tackle these end fasteners, I've got all the rest of them out. I want to remove some caulk and compound so I'm not tearing it. I am going to replace this piece, but down here I don't want to tear the fibers off the plank below. So I'm going to try to just carefully cut it away. I'll reef the cotton out later. I think these will come apart without much fuss. What I was afraid of. I think this is black stuff is Sikaflex, but it looks like just cotton. I don't think there's oakum on top of it. This is definitely just cotton and linseed oil or whatever, and then they used, I think it's Sikaflex. It has that feel to it. Whew. They just demolished that seam. Man. Worms. Yeah, it seems like a pretty good technique. Don't want to damage this one. Just gonna get the end started again. Yeah, this is better. This is better. Looks like they made a pretty big bevel here. I can't really tell yet. Just do that, go right through the cotton, maybe. It's going to be hit and miss pulling this off, tearing up the next one. Actually get under the sealant, there we go. But it's not really stuck in there very well. Yeah, they did. They made a wide bevel on each of these. I kind of wish they hadn't. I could be wrong. We'll have to get this off and look at it in cross section, but I'm pretty sure this is not just the angle. I don't know why they made it so big. Easy. Don't want to hurt this one. It's got enough problems. I'm gonna put one screw back in at each end near the. Oh, that's too short. Huh. No, dude. Why are they so short? Bugger. And all I can do from outside really is gouge out around these. I don't want to cut this off here. I want to keep the whole thing, not really to use as a pattern, but as a guide for making the new piece. This one's going away, so. Now it's still very much attached to the block. It's moving the other piece. This is going away, so we can go in here. Oh boy. It is not good. Not a good feeling to be doing this to my boat, but I have to. At least till I come up with a better way to get these off. It almost looks square. It's really weird. Yep. Success. They don't want to hurt this one or this one. Come forward back. I thought I got them all. Oh, there's one more here. Kidding me? No. Yes. Yeah, man. Okay. Yeah, looking at the ones on the other end, they're basically just nails, I think. Whether they're bent over on the other side or not, I don't know. Once I get the plank off, I'm going to try to pull one out. Let's see what happens. Didn't really want to do that, but it is what it is, I guess. Wow. Nuts. Okay. Oh well. Huh. Well, I had thought this was all 5/4. This is an inch. I mean, there's some wear on the outer face. Let me find a fresher one. 1 inch. 1 inch. See what they did. They did not go through, and they didn't burrow laterally. These holes are so small, it makes me think that we're talking about larvae here, and they got started and either gave up or died from eating cedar or something. What else? Yeah, it's 1 inch. I wonder if it doesn't look like they cupped the back face often to match the curvature of the frames. They'll hollow, very shallowly hollow this out. Yeah, I mean, I lay a straight edge on there. It's just an old board. It's not, definitely not concave in the back face. Well, that'll be convenient if I can get away with that. As for the bevel, I think they didn't really, I don't think they really did make a bevel. I think the V-shaped gap where the caulk goes in was simply created by the relative angle of one plank to the next. But I gotta throw a square on there. I don't have one on me. Let's look at these ribs. I see some cracking, but minor, very minor. See a deleted through hole right there. Little tiny bit of punkiness on this one. Nothing serious. A lot of these holes will not be reusable unless I drill them out, dowel them, and re-drill them. But this block looks like 1.5 inches. If anything, it's a little convex there, but that's just twisting, I guess. There's a slight bevel. Very, very slight. Threaded. Yeah, it's something's been done to the end of it to keep it there. I may have to plot these precise locations out and use a hole saw to cut through the slats from the inside. Not today. I'm going to try to do some more stripping of the teak if the heat gun is behaving. I've let it sit all day. Maybe it's decided it wants to work today.